covering the story from Brussels is our correspondent Dave Keating. He joins me right now. Dave, can you first of all explain to us why Poland, Hungary, apparently Slovakia as well, are taking this decision at the moment and what impact it's likely to have?
Well, this all started when Ukraine lost access to its Black Sea ports. Ukraine is normally known as the breadbasket of Europe, and its grain is shipped all over the world. And when they lost access to that, there was fear of famine around the world because that grain couldn't get to countries. So Turkey negotiated, through the framework of the UN, a deal between Russia and Ukraine that was supposed to free up those ports. It hasn't really done so yet. So in the meantime, the EU came up with a solution. They said, okay, we're going to eliminate tariffs for exports of grain from Ukraine into the EU, and then the idea was that it was supposed to flow on to the rest of the world through these solidarity lanes. That hasn't really happened. The grain's kind of built up in the eastern EU countries. It's driven the price of grain way down in those countries and hurt farmers. Now, Poland's hard-right nationalist government has asked the Commission last week to end that tariff restriction, but the Commission so far hasn't moved on that, and so Poland went ahead and acted unilaterally on this, along with Hungary, and now the latest country to be added to the list, Slovakia. Now, Poland has an election coming up, and that hard-right governing party, Law and Justice, really depends on the agriculture vote, on the votes of rural communities. And so clearly, the government in Poland is getting very nervous about the electoral implications of this. Already, the Polish agriculture minister was forced to resign because Poland has seen huge protests from farmers on this issue.
And Dave, the Commission has already said such unilateral moves by member states won't be
very
tolerated.
Clearly, on its face, this is a violation of EU law. Trade is an EU competence. Individual member states can't be acting unilaterally on trade issues. Now, while the Commission has stated that general fact, we saw today in the daily briefing of the Commission that they were quite reticent to go too into detail on this. The spokeswoman wouldn't even say what would generally be the recourse if a country acts unilaterally on trade. I think the Commission doesn't want to get caught in electoral politics in Poland. They don't want to be falling into a trap where Poland says, look, we tried to end this ban, but big bad Brussels won't let us. It's important to point out here that this decision to end the tariffs was a decision taken by all the EU national governments, as all EU law is, and that is scheduled to expire in June. The Commission has proposed to extend it, and so it would be in Poland, Hungary, Slovakia. All these countries could corral resistance to that here at the European Council and vote to end that tariff-free arrangement. So we'll see. I think that'll be the step, and that's probably what the Commission is hoping for that could resolve this.
Dave Keating live in Brussels. Thanks very much.